Get it. Ooh-wee. Mic check, mic check.
We here. One, two, 1, 2.
Let's go. What it do, what it don't, what it is, and what it ain't. It's your boy, Don Otaku, aka Don Solo, aka Solo the Don, aka Solo D Swaggy, aka Obi-Wan Shinobi. And of course, I am here with Subeg, aka Subeg, aka the Green Thumb, aka the Gaming Gardener, aka what you got for me today?
AKA second place in Fantasy Critic. Womp womp. Play me a sound bit.
Oh man, I wasn't ready. Hold on. Let me see what
You're
we
good.
got. We got. There you go. But
It's good. We coming back.
yeah, man. There's always time. You know, there's always this. There could be a surprise. You know, me and the Hollower could actually just hit a 96 out of nowhere. Knowing Yacht Club, they could do it. You never know.
Okay. Let's go.
But how you been, man? What you been up to?
Man, I'm good. I can finally, the embargo's lifted. I can because that's literally the game that I've been like into for the past like 2.5-ish weeks with Shinobi. So yeah, the review's out. I might do something else for it, a little small piece, but I'm kind of just taking a break because I do want to cover the next game that I have on the list that I want to dive into. But yeah, outside of that, I've just been, doing the same old stuff, gymming, been listening to music. I listened to the new Deftones album. I know my girl's Selena, she's really into Deftones, so I kind of listened to it for her, but I was actually liking it. I was jamming out to it in the gym. That was good. I went back to Endless. Bruh, like this is what, like the third week we talked about Frank Ocean now on the show. I went back to Endless, bro. That project is so good. Like I feel like it's like it feels very unfinished, like it's very unrefined, but like I feel like that's a very good quality to have for music sometimes. Like it makes it last longer, I guess, like you can go back to it and kind of take some more ideas or out of it, or like you get something out of it every time you listen to it. It makes it gives it a different like soul or something. But I've been good, man. I've been good. There's so many fucking games coming out, bro. Like I literally can't keep up. But what about you, bro? What about you?
Same old. Just been keeping on. I've been working way too much.
You trying to hit deadlines?
Yeah, that too.
On the clock.
But it's been fun though, because everything I've been playing has been enjoyable, so can't really complain.
Oh yeah.
Embargo for Daemon X Machina is about to be up. The Story of Seasons review should be out by the time this one goes up, so that's great. Got that one out the way. But yeah, still got one more embargo one, but I'd still have some reviews that I plan on doing. One for Drag X Drive.
Okay.
One for, or I guess not a review because it's in early access, but an impressions kind of review article that I'm gonna be doing for Skate when that drops fully. And then what else did I say? I forgot actually. I had one more.
Yeah.
But that's basically all I've been on.
Bro, I haven't played Drag X Drive since that day we played it.
Yeah, I still been keeping up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I need to play it.
They got some demons on there now, bro.
That doesn't surprise me.
They got some goddamn demons on that game now, and I don't like that. But I'm
Yeah,
excited to get my second chance to play Sonic Racing Crossworlds tomorrow.
Oh, I'm gonna play it too. I'm gonna play it too.
And I hope to hate at just as much as I did the first time I played
Yeah.
it.
Come on, root
But
for it for once, man.
I wanted to like it the first time, but
Bro, you know what I was thinking? They should have RGG make one of these Sonic racing games or something, like, or make a Sega racing game. I feel like they would cook with that. Bro, they're good at making like different types of games. And their mini games are the best like aspect. Their mini games are the best. All right, it's good. It's good.
nah, I'm not gonna lie. The Like a Dragon kart racing one, I was actually spending some time in that shit.
Bro,
It
it's
wasn't the most
crazy.
refined, but obviously they did not put a full game's worth of time into it. But the fact that they were able to get a decent kart racer with limited resources that they put into it, like, it shows that they got talent over there for sure. But yeah, I've honestly I really haven't been doing shit besides gaming and working. So
Same. For me, it's gaming, working, gym, and trying to still spend some time with like my mom and Selena. So
actually, me and my girl finished the King of the Hill reboot. That was dope.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good way to handle a reboot, like with the time skip, because a lot of these shows, they do it and it's just like it don't feel the same. Like it's just not the same anymore. But like King of the Hill, they kept, like, obviously it's in modern times now, and they made sure to add that to the storyline and to the humor and jokes, but it still felt like King of the Hill, and I love that. Also, one of my recent obsessions has been K-pop Demon Hunters, and I did not know how big this movie had become. When I watched it on Netflix when it first came out, I was just like, oh yeah, like this shit was dope. Animation was dope. The comedy, the music especially was amazing. And I'm over here like yeah, this was a cool like little Netflix romp, and I see it being niche, but like being popular with especially like women and kids and shit. Bro, did you know this is now the #1 Netflix movie of all time? Like,
wait, which one again?
K-pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop Demon. That's the one that has that Spider-Verse art style, right?
Yeah, it's Sony Animation.
Bro, that movie, that singular movie did so much for them, bro. Like it kind of revived them, to be honest. They hit that
Honestly, bro, because when you think of the crazy thing, before Spider-Verse, you know what like Sony Animation was known for? Actually, let me make sure I'm thinking of
fucking Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs or some trash shit.
No, that was, first off, we do not talk down on Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That is peak, and that was DreamWorks. But I believe that this was Sony, and if it was, yes, Sony Animation was known for the Emoji Movie. That was their like, when I think of Sony Animation before Spider-Verse, it was the Emoji Movie.
Oh, I never seen that, so I'm happy.
It's horrible. It's like,
well, thank God,
the worst animated movie I've probably ever seen in my life. 0, like -1 out of 10, honestly. It was fun to like joke around and watch drunk, but that's about the only entertainment that you'll get out of it. But
all right, I have a whole list of them. The Smurfs.
Bro. Like, look at.
Hotel Transylvania, bro. What is this?
I mean,
Bro,
Hotel
Cloudy with
Transylvania.
a Chance of Meatballs 2 was them, dude. Wait, hold
Okay,
on.
wait, not the first
No,
one.
yo, the first one is them. Yeah.
I could have sworn it was
Sony Pictures
DreamWorks.
Animations. Nah, it is. It's Sony. I see it on, and it's Phil Lord and Christopher Miller too.
That's
So
why
probably
it's
why
so
you like
good.
that movie.
That was
That
Sony
movie. I remember
Pictures.
watching that
Okay.
movie, thinking that shit was.
Bro, I don't know about the second one, but the first Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, peak.
The second one was directed by Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I'm reading the wrong thing. Hold up. No, the second one is still directed by Phil Lord and
Okay.
Christopher Miller.
I know that We're the Millers. We're the Mitchells or Meet the Mitchells was also a really good one, but I think that was also post Spider-Verse and it had that same animation style. But yeah, ever since they found their groove with Into the Spider-Verse, they've been doing some shit over there at Sony.
Yeah.
But
So you watched this, right?
which one?
The K-pop one?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I watched it when it first came out. And I did not know how popular. I did not think it was going to get as popular as it did.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is Sony fumbled so hard because they sold because they sold like the movie to Netflix. They are not like, if they would have put this in theaters and just like, if they would have just made it a Sony film in theaters like their other, this could have been such a big, because now this is about to be a franchise. It's about to be like, they have sequels, they have musicals coming out. They trying to make a live action version. Like they're going crazy with this franchise now. And Sony sold it to them for a couple of bucks and said, yeah, you know, y'all got it. Y'all can take it from here. Here you go, Netflix. Handed them the biggest W Netflix has ever had. Like, they fumbled
and
so
and they're not
hard.
getting no return from it, huh?
Bro,
They're probably not getting shit. And the
I
movie
think
probably
they
cost
said-
a lot to make, huh?
I don't think it cost that much, but like, I think they said they got like 20 million out of everything. That's 20 million out of a franchise that's about to be as big as.
But can't they do they still own it?
I don't think they. I think they sold like everything. That's the crazy part. Like that's the part I like. Maybe I read, because I really, it was a headline, so I didn't read the whole article. So I'm not going. But from what it seemed like, from what they said in the headline, it seemed like Sony was just they fumbled because they're not getting anywhere near as much money as they could have got if they would have just kept it as their own franchise. So
What is that?
again,
Subscription services.
Sony going multi-platform has backfired on them once again. This is a sign. Don't do it, Sony.
Don't do it.
But yeah,
Wait, so damn, dude. That actually really sucks because they could use like that money, like they could use it right now. So
it's
wow.
about to be a $1 billion franchise, and it's a Netflix movie. Like, that's the crazy part.
But if it's Sony Pictures Animation that did it, then I'm sure that they can still do more, no?
They're probably gonna come back for the second one, and they can probably make more. Like, they can make a deal so that they can get, you know, they can get a better cut next time, get some residuals or something. But they basically handed Netflix a free W with this first movie, at least. But yeah, I recommend K-pop Demon Hunters if you like animated movies, K-pop music, even though it's the least K-pop, very much pop, very Americanized, but it's a really good movie. The music is fire. But yeah, but that's really
good.
all I've been on outside of gaming. Now let's
Nice.
get into what we've been playing, even though we've talked a little bit about it. But I'll let you
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. So like I said, the Shinobi stuff. The game's amazing. It's probably the best game I played this year that came out this year. That I've beat, at least out of all the ones that I've beat. I'm saying for me, not just like, overall.
Mm-hmm.
But it was amazing. The combat was so good. The platforming and action was so good. I love platforming and stuff. So like when games have really fluid platforming and then you can mix the combat with the platforming and all that, like it just speaks to me. It's funny because I didn't mention this in the review because I didn't want to draw the comparison to Ragebound, even though you can, but it's like it's weird because I went back to the just looking on YouTube. I went back to looking at the Shinobi games, the old ones, and it's like to me, Ragebound kind of feels like those games, and then Shinobi kind of feels like a 2D like Ninja Gaiden game, if that makes sense. Like it kind of feels interesting, but it's still awesome. The game is amazing. It draws a lot of like inspiration from, I feel like it feels a lot like Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Not the new one that just dropped, but
Yeah, not Rogue.
yeah, not that one, but it feels a lot like that, but like a more like a hand-drawn, more like artsy version of that. So if you like that game, then you'll love this. So I hope it does good. It's relatively cheap. It's only like 20. I think it's on sale too. It's like $26 or something. So, and it runs really good on the Series X. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I finally got a chance to look at the achievement list, and it's actually pretty challenging. They want you to do some crazy shit. It's not just like get 100% and you get all the achievements. It's like you actually got to do like specific challenges for it. But yeah, it's fun. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway for it, so stay tuned. Just keep your eyes peeled to the streets. You feel me? When you see that bat signal go up. No, I'm just kidding. But shout out to Arkham Lego. But yeah, man, I've been because I'm family sharing on Steam with one of my friends, and we're looking forward to Metal Gear, so we're like, let's go halves on it. So we went halves on it, and I tried it out a little bit yesterday. I didn't get to play too much of it. I went into like the little separate mode that they have for it, and it actually ran pretty good for me. I was using DLSS, no frame gen though. The interesting thing is it's locked to 60 FPS, or it's capped to 60, so you can't go past that, which is really interesting. It kind of treats it like a console. Even when you like boot in, it gives you like 3 options. It literally says like performance, quality, and like balance. Like it literally treats it like it's like a console game kind of, and it shows you like, oh, this one's for if you have this recommended specs and all that. But I just picked one of those, and then obviously I went in and started changing it and shit. But it ran at 60. It did dip down to like the 40-ish, but I noticed that it didn't do it like it did it like when I was like trying to transition into a different area. So like it does, I guess that you could call that the traversal stutter. That might have been what it was, because I had VSync on, so it really was like a really quick moment that it happened. And with like VSync and stuff, that kind of smooths it out. But it was okay. I do have an X3D chip in my PC, so like that does do like a lot of the heavy lifting in a lot of the games that I play. So I'm fortunate in that fact. Like I can usually brute force anything on my PC, as long as I have the driver updates and all that installed. But it was fun. I don't have too much to say about it. I'm sure like if I actually go into like the campaign and stuff and play that, it would probably perform a little worse and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see if I even get more into it. But I know my boy, he's a huge Kojima fan, so I know he's enjoying it. So play a little bit of that. I was talking to you about Judgment earlier. I'm still kind of in an RGG kick. I'm still in a Yakuza kick. I played Judgment a long time ago on the PS4, probably around the time I played Yakuza 0. It was probably like I was playing both of those games at the same-ish time, and then I was like, let me just focus more on Yakuza 0 back then. And so it's like now I'm kind of finally getting around to Judgment. I'm like this is great. Like it's in the same city, you know. For the most part, it's in Kamurocho, which is, you know, the asset reuse. But just seeing it, because it's like Yakuza 0 takes place in the 80s and Judgment takes place in 2018 or something. So it's like just seeing that difference, it's just crazy, because it's like this area was like this rundown little homeless like area where the homeless was hanging out and shit, and now it's like a tall ass skyscraper, and it's like it's just so crazy. Like, but yeah, man, it's fun. It actually because I remember on the PS4 it was 30 FPS, and on Series X that I'm playing on now it's 60. So it does play really good at 60, and it looks really good too. I'm loving it. I love their games, man. I guess you could say at this point I'm probably biased. So I'm biased to the Yakuza series because I just love all of the games. But yeah, man, that's just really it. That's all I've been playing for the most part.
All right. As for myself, I've been playing, as you can see on the screen, me and Spitta jumped back into a game that we started couple years back, and we really enjoyed it, but I guess we just kind of fell off just because of we just wasn't able to meet and play as much at the time, and then other stuff started to come out. But one of our favorite franchises that we've basically like beat most of the games together is River City. And
oh yeah.
So from the classic River City Ransom up until River City Girls 1, we beat all of those, or I shouldn't say all of them, because there's a lot of those that haven't come to the US, and
That's
lot of
way
them
forward, right?
Yeah, well, the River City Girls is way forward, but the original games were Technos, and now Arc System Works, who owns Technos. But yes, so up until River City Girls, we played most of like the mainstream River City games together. And River City Girls 2, we jumped on it, but we never got to finish it. So we got a chance to have some time, and we decided to jump back in. And this game is still one of the best beat 'em ups. Like it feels so good, especially once you start upgrading your characters and gaining new combos, gaining new special abilities, unlocking items that give you all these different status effects and stuff. It's a really good beat 'em up, and I have a problem. I've gotten to like River City basically spoiled me when it comes to beat 'em ups, because you have to be exceptional for me to like your beat 'em up. If there are no RPG elements, no open world design.
Yeah.
Because the first beat 'em up I ever played was River City Ransom, where you had this open world design where you could explore, go anywhere, and like you can backtrack to the beginning of the game. You can go to different areas. There were branching paths, and you could go to these shops, buy food, which will give you health, buy items, buy books that will teach you new moves. Like they had RPG elements. You could upgrade your stats. It had all of this stuff. And then I'm over here like, okay, this should be the stand. Like this is the standard now, because this is the first beat 'em up I played. Then I'm like, oh, they got this game called Double Dragon. It's supposed to be just like bullshit. Like, first off, combat, no. And then the crazy part, like the physics of that game were so revolutionary at the time. You could throw items, and then they would like bounce and hit people. Like if you hit somebody when they got a trash can in their hands, the trash can would fall, and it would hit them, or it would hit you if you got close enough to it. They're like, the fact that this game was so slept on back in the day, and people always bring up like Double Dragon and Streets of Rage and Ninja Turtles, and I love Streets of Rage. I love Ninja Turtles and Final Fight.
Yeah.
None of those games come close to the original River City Ransom on the NES. None.
Not even River City Girls.
River City Girls still has some things that like the original River City does that they still don't like fully adopt all of the cool stuff about the original, but River City Girls is for like they get really close to it. And I still feel like the best experience is River City Ransom EX, which was the Game Boy Advance remake of River City Ransom. And that one had 4-player co-op. You could play with different characters, and they had this recruit system where you could, like, once you beat a boss, you were able to recruit them to fight with you. And then you would be able to level up them and level up yourself, and they had way more moves. It was like the best experience for a beat 'em up that I've had. So River City Girls 2 is probably the closest that we've gotten to that in a modern time. Like, they have 80% of everything that makes it what it is. But with WayForward's really great art style and character designs, and their animation style is just really good, because River City is usually like super chibi. Like, that's probably the one drawback from the other River City games. But WayForward definitely added a lot more style and charm to the gameplay systems that River City kind of created. But River City Girls 2 is definitely up there as one of the best River City games. It's actually, I would really just put it right behind like the OG/EX, like, because I feel like even the sequels for River City from Technos never really got to the same level as River City Ransom for me. But yeah, River City, and also Scott Pilgrim, I count that as a River City game because it was basically using the River City formula. Like, those are the top three: River City Ransom/EX, Scott Pilgrim versus the World by Ubisoft, and then River City Girls 2. Like, those are my top three beat 'em ups. But yeah, this game is fun as hell. They added 4-player co-op a little bit later, although I don't have 2 other players, so it's just been me and Spitta. The movesets get really intricate. Like, you can air combo, you can do all types of shit by the end of the game, and it just feels satisfying as fuck. But yeah, River City Girls 2, I don't know when we're gonna have a chance to play again, but it's always fun every time we get back on it. And the boss battles are actually like, they're tough in this game compared to the first game. Like, the bosses in this one are some fucking menaces. The one that we on this video that we fought, not as hard. Like, he was probably one of the easier ones, but the last time we played, I remember we were fighting this boss. We had to try like 15 times to beat this boss. She was whooping our ass. But yeah, I love this game, and we need more beat 'em ups to take this formula, because it's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. No, I'm just playing.
I have a River City Girls, the first one on Epic Games. I think I'm gonna download it because I always wanted to play it. So it seems like one of those games you can just pick up and just get into.
Oh yeah, for sure. The first one is still really good too. Like, the second one definitely improves, but the first one is still a really good game.
I remember the second one having like some sort of like performance issues at launch, or like maybe it was like one of those that performed like at 30 FPS on Switch or something.
I can see that.
I remember.
but I only played the PC version, so I actually don't know if it did or not.
So weird because it doesn't really look like it's like a demanding game, right? But
Not at all.
yeah.
Maybe maybe the like I wouldn't even say it has that many. What do they call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Pixel, not pixel. What do they call it when you just got all the particle effects? That's what it is.
Oh, particles. There you
Yeah,
go.
the particle effects. But even that's like that. It's
Well, it could even be like how
Dreamcast.
many like enemies are on the screen at once? Like, is it a lot or?
It's usually like I think the max is probably like 6, but they'll have
Okay, that's
like
really not that much at
characters
all.
in the background that aren't a part of the fight. But
Okay.
I still don't think that's really that demanding either. It's not like you're playing a Warriors game, that's for sure.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why it would have any performance issues, but I never ran into any on my PC. So
Bro, the second one has a 78 on OpenCritic. Hold on, let me see what the first one has. River City Girls. The first one has a 79. That's
which is crazy to me because I mean I can understand if because story wise these games are kind of dumb. The characters, like their dialogue, like sometimes their dialogue is pretty funny, but if you're looking for, it's very story heavy, but the story is very dumb also in both games.
yeah.
So if you hate just like the dialogue and the characters, then I could see you scoring this game a lot lower.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't take it seriously, and I'm really just here for the gameplay. And I feel like the gameplay is way more advanced than a lot of these beat 'em ups that get 88s and 89s, like Streets of Rage and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, Streets of Rage got like an 84, but
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
But yeah, that was River City Girls 2. Other than that, I was finishing up Story of Seasons. Or I shouldn't say finishing up, because can you really finish the game? But I finished at least a year of Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, which comes out today. Actually, it came out today.
Oh, nice.
And in my preview, I was definitely harsh on the game. Like I was a little down on it because that first month of the game that I could preview, it just was not hidden right. It was like, man, it was kind of basic. It just did not feel like it was a modern farming sim. It didn't feel like a post Stardew Valley farming sim, which makes sense because it's a remake of Harvest Moon DS from 2008. And I guess I really don't want to call it a remake either because it's more of a reimagining. It's not just like they took the entire game and then just like put better 3D visuals and called it a day. Like they kind of made it into its own game, just using some of the cool aspects from the DS version. And at first, like I said, I was just like, man, this does not feel the best. It feels kind of stagnant. It feels old after playing some of these modern ones, especially coming from Rune Factory, Guardians of Ozma, from the same company, Marvelous, who like did a fantastic job of really elevating that genre. And then I play their next game, Story of Seasons, and it's like it's such a step backwards in terms of everything. But it feels like right after that first month, that was like the testing ground to get you just into the game. But then once you get into the summer, it just picks up immediately from there. The events actually feel worth it, and they actually add new gameplay elements. The Grand Bazaar, you start to get some of the upgrades from the Grand Bazaar that really starts to level up the gameplay experience. You start getting stuff like double jumps, and then you're able to farm more. Like you can plot and water and add more. Basically, you're able to speed up your farming by multiplying how many plots of land you can water or plot at the same time. You unlock more windmills, and in these other windmills, you're able to create different products, and everything always culminates. Every Saturday, you have the Grand Bazaar, which is where everything that you've done for that week, all of the crops that you farmed, all of the stuff that you've crafted, everything you foraged, you get to stockpile all of that. And then on Saturday, you open up your bazaar and you try to peddle all of the wares that you have to customers who are just walking around the bazaar, and you're trying to sell all of your items. And at the bazaar, you can sell your items for a higher price, and you can basically like keep on leveling up your bazaar so that you get more customers. The more fame that you have, the more customers stop by, the more stuff that you can actually sell. And then the more you level up, the higher the prices you can sell. And it just creates this really addictive gameplay loop that you won't find in any other farming sim. And that's where Grand Bazaar actually stood out. Where at first it was like, man, like the quality of life stuff is not modernized enough, but it has these unique features that you won't find in a Stardew Valley or a Moonstone Island or my time at Portia / Sandrock. Like all of these games that are kind of like the indies have basically taken over this genre. It's really like Story of Seasons / Harvest Moon has kind of fell to the wayside. They've been stagnant. And ever since Stardew Valley came, basically ate their lunch. And Story of Seasons has never been that guy since. But now, like, this is the first time I played a Story of Seasons where, like, one of the newer ones, where I felt like, oh, they have something here that I can't find in any other game, and it's actually it's worth it because of that. So that's where I'm at with Grand Bazaar. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10 just because the overall package is still not where I want it to be. And really, I was inching really close to an 8. But I feel like on my scale, just because I gave Rune Factory an 8. And Story Seasons is not on that level. So I gave it a 7.5 because of that. So Story of Seasons is a really good farming sim that is worth it. I feel like the characters are like mid-tier. They're not the best, they're not the worst in the franchise. But the bazaar itself makes everything worth it. And they do a good job of tying everything into that gameplay loop of leveling up your Grand Bazaar, unlocking new abilities, which makes exploring better, which makes your farming progress faster, which gives you more time to actually hang out with the villagers, which gives you like better chances at winning these events that happen every month. Everything ties into each other really well, and the gameplay loop is extremely satisfying, and that's why I highly recommend if you are a fan of the genre. It won't be the best for like a newcomer. Like I feel like if you're a newcomer, Stardew Valley will always be like the first one I recommend. But if you're a fan of Stardew Valley and you've already played a lot of these other Sims, I would highly recommend Story of Seasons. Although for the $60 price for the Switch 2 or $50 price on Steam and Nintendo Switch 1, it's like you can play most of the best farming sims for like 30 or less. So it is kind of like that price point is kind of steep for what it is.
Yeah.
But I still recommend it if you're like a huge fan of the genre.
Nice.
Also, I do not like the art style. I feel like it's I just don't like what they did with the characters. Because they remade one of the older games and it looked way better. But then for this game, they just went with this weird character art style. And my character got a big ass forehead and I hate him. And he looks really dumb. But yeah. Other than that, game is pretty great. So that's the review that I just got out. And then I have another review that I'll be able to talk about next week once I have that out. And then Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion. I think that will also be out by the time. Yeah, that'll be out too. So everything I've been working on for the past month will finally be out. So that'll be great to have a new lease on life. Finally get back to Donkey Kong Bonanza, probably. Because I literally put that on the back burner to finish all of these games. I've been itching to play that. So yeah.
I need to go back to that one too, bro.
But that's all I've been playing. Maybe, possibly. Let me see. Anything else on here? I talked about Deadlock last week, right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I still suck.
They're cooking.
I still suck at that game. I don't think
Because you're
we've
playing it on
won.
controller, bro. That's why.
No. It's not even about my aim. It's about my build. Like, I've gotten my aim down, but I do not know how to build these characters, and I just get mollywopped every time I play a real match. Playing against bots, yeah, obviously gonna win those, but I'm basically just playing against bots to kind of practice, like, what character I want to play, how do I build him correctly to actually do some damage, and what moves are worth building up early on, because it just feels like when I'm in the mix, I'm hitting everyone. It's just not doing shit. And then they hit me a couple times and then I'm out of there. And I'm like, bro, what is going on? Like, none of these characters are working for me. But you just gotta practice, bro. That's how it happened with League of Legends for me. Except that I basically had my girlfriend to coach me through that. She basically like told me what I need to do with each character, which used to help. But both of us don't know any of these characters or anything about this game, so we're learning from scratch. But yeah, that's all I want to say on Deadlock. So I think that's basically all that I've been playing. Yes, that is all I've been playing.
Yes, sir.
So let's go ahead and get into On the Radar, which has been a while, but we're finally back to structured podcasts. I actually did notes and everything this time. So I got 2 games on the radar, 2 indie games that grabbed my attention. Now, one of these was shown off, I think, I don't remember where this was shown off, but this game is called Wild Blue, and basically it's a spiritual successor to Star Fox. Let me see if I can get this. Actually, let me find a YouTube trailer because this Twitter compression got this shit looking ass.
Bro, Colin's been active on Twitter lately. Been seeing that?
I mean, besides that one that I tweeted earlier, no.
Been getting people riled up. But
So yeah, this game is Wild Blue, and it's supposed to be a Star Fox successor from even like the dialogue being very Star Fox, where it's like you see him shoot down someone that was chasing after one of the comrades, and he's like, "Man, you really saved my tail, Bowie." Like, it has a lot of Star Fox feel with a more cell shaded, cartoonish graphic style instead of the more realistic style that Star Fox is usually going for.
it's good.
But it looks great. It looks very Star Fox, and that's really cool. Because I think there was another one, but it was more Star Fox SNES than it trying to be a like modern Star Fox game. Like, what would Star Fox look like today? This one kind of gave a little different take versus, I forgot what it was called, but there was another one and it had like the SNES Star Fox kind of graphics with the really 3D kind of vox, or I guess not voxel, but blocky 3D type of textures. But it looks really cool. I think people actually got a chance to play it at either Gamescom or one of these other smaller events, and I saw a lot of positive impressions about the game, so I'm pretty excited about that. Did you get a chance to see it?
The Star Fox game?
Yeah, the Wild Blue.
No, I never seen it, but I think they mentioned it on the Iron Lords.
Yeah.
On
LP
Yeah,
mentioned it.
I heard from them, but I didn't look it up. But it piqued my interest, so let me actually look it up right now.
Yeah,
It's called Wild Blue.
It's on the podcast notes.
Oh, you put it on the podcast notes? Okay, let me check.
It's the first link on the radar.
Podcast notes. I even have them up. Let me pull them up right now. So it's first link.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so it's pretty much, yeah, same. It's like, oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, this is sick. Nice.
But I still want my Star Fox Nintendo and Ubisoft. But I don't care who has to make it. But someone needs to get Star Fox. And no more like, that's the thing though. This is just looking like Star Fox 64, which is great because I love Star Fox 64. I love classic Star Fox. But I need Star Fox to, like, during the GameCube era, they were trying to push Star Fox past just being a ship combat sim, and then you had third-person shooter gameplay, you had the tank, you had the flying, like you can jump into a ship and start fighting. Like, Assault was the direction that they should have been going, and then after Assault you get Star Fox Zero, which goes right back to the classic Star Fox 64 gameplay. I'm like, bro, why? Why did y'all regress? Imagine like you get Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, and then they're just like, all right, let's bring it back to. I mean, I can understand like for a one off, like, you know, like an Echoes of Wisdom, you're going back to the roots, but they still tried to do something new. Star Fox Zero did nothing new. They even rehashed. They remade the story again, and I mean again because they did this for the third time, where they go back to the original story and just retell it. And I don't understand why they won't just progress Fox's story. So, needless to say, like, Star Fox Zero pissed me the fuck off. Outside, not even like, a lot of people complain about the controls of it. I actually got used to the controls. I thought they were pretty okay once you get used to them, but I just hated everything else about the game. The fact that they keep rehashing the same story and they just won't progress the gameplay like they did with Assault. And I was like, if anyone's gonna do it, Platinum. Because, bro, imagine having Vanquish, like, Star Fox gets out the ship and then he's doing some Vanquish style, like, shooting. I was like, bro, like, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
none of that
give him
shit
some
happened.
action too. Give him some melee combat and shit too,
bro.
man.
Like, none of it, bro. I'm hoping Ubisoft can like, that's what I want. Star Wars. What was the new one that Ubisoft did? I forgot.
Starlink.
No. The Star Wars game, Outlaws.
Oh, you said
Star Wars
I
Outlaws, but with Nintendo polish and Star Fox skin. That's what I want. You have the ship combat. You can go from ground to space seamlessly. You got the speeder, and then all you gotta do is like add tanks and submarines, and it's the perfect game. It's the perfect Star Fox. So, Nintendo, Ubisoft, cook something up for me, please. But for now, Wild Blue looks to be a good tide me over until that happens. But the second game that I have on my radar is... Oops, where is it? This game is called Rebounder. Okay, let me find the YouTube link again. What the hell? Okay, I guess Rebounder is something else because a bunch of not what I'm looking for came up on YouTube. So let me see. Okay, I guess I'll just use the Twitter link and call it a day. Why are you being extra? I just want to open the damn link. All right. So this game is called Rebounder. It's a comic book style hand-drawn 2D platformer. And art style alone, it already looks pretty sick. But let me see. Let me put this on the screen.
Hello.
Hello. I got it on. Yeah, I got it on the screen now. I was messing up, but yeah, like art style alone, this game kind of looks trippy as hell. Like I love the art style for it, but the gameplay also is pretty dope. Like the way that you're using the whatever rope or whatever is supposed to be behind you to kind of just backtrack on your progress whenever you go too far or you fall off the map. I like that idea, and it seems like it has like that kind of Ori kind of feel where you're using this ball to platform off of the ball. Like you throw the ball up and then you platform higher off of the ball. Did you see this one?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, this looks sick. There's apparently like a playtest or something for it.
Yeah, and I think there was a demo out now on Steam.
For a second, I thought you were about to mention that other game that looks like Rematch but isn't Rematch.
Oh, bro, we're not mentioning that shit. Freestyle Soccer 2 or something like that.
Yeah, I thought you were about to mention that.
Also, the music in this trailer is kind of fire too. But yeah, that was Rebounder. Those were the two games I had. But anything on your radar? Any obscure games that no one's talking about that you've seen?
Nah, not really any obscure games, to be honest. I haven't been checking too much. Like there was that one game that kind of like we were talking about earlier, like it kind of looked like Hollow Knight, but it like got pushed back. I forgot what that game was called. I'm trying to look through my tweets real quick because I retweeted it. Hold on, give me 1 second. Where is it? You know what's crazy? I know we were talking. Oh, I found it. Constance. There you go. It's a 2D hand-drawn action adventure featuring a paintbrush wielding artist.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it looks sick, dude. I really like the game's art style. It looks colorful. It also has, like I said, it kind of little bit has like a little touch of Hollow Knight in there.
I'm putting
but there are also, yeah. The Twitter account's hella funny because before Hollow Knight was coming out, they were like hoping it doesn't launch in November, because they're like, we pushed it back a little bit because we thought that it would already been out by now. But yeah, it looks really good. I really like it.
No, it looks pretty sick actually.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm super excited for it. I actually don't know what platforms it's coming out on. Hopefully it comes out on everything, not just Steam.
Let me see. Let me look it up. Constance game. Coming out on Steam.
Damn.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Console is scheduled for release on. Well, this is AI. I don't. Let me find.
Probably consoles at a later date.
Yeah.
Like with everything.
Yeah.
Oh wait, isn't RGG's like their director some shit tomorrow?
Is it?
Oh yeah, dude. Hold up. I think it is.
But it says it's coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, supposedly.
Nice.
But that's the AI talking. I haven't seen anything that actually says that.
Bro, RGG Summit's tomorrow, bro. And if it's in Japan, that probably means it's tonight for us. Maybe, hold up. Anyways, but yeah, that game looks sick. just stumbled on it on Twitter, and then I was like, wow, this looks cool. But yeah, nothing else really outside of that. Lost Soul Aside comes out soonish too. It'll be out, I think, by tomorrow. Should most likely, but yeah, I'm excited to see how that game does. How that game reviews and performs on all the consoles and PCs and all that. But yeah, that's it.
All right, well, that's it for On the Radar. So let's get right into some of the news. We got some quickies to get through. Did you see the titles for these?
Yes, I see. I'm looking at them some right now.
So this one I just stumbled across and thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But we got Tim Sweeney. He was outside because it seems like lately a lot of people been coming at UE5. They've been coming at UE5 because a lot of these Unreal Engine 5 games have been coming out pretty fucked, to put it lightly.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid being the most recent one that's just a mess on consoles, and even on PC being locked at 60 frames per second.
Yep.
Which is a horrible look. Which is the craziest thing to me about the whole Metal Gear Solid situation is that Virtuos is making this.
Mm-hmm.
But Virtuos also did the remake of Oblivion that I didn't have any troubles running on PC. Like, I think consoles had some issues, but compared to Metal Gear Solid, not even close to the same. And for the most part, the Oblivion remaster got nothing but praise. Like, even with the minor issues that it had on consoles. Am I remembering this wrong, or?
I don't know, bro. People still tell me that they have issues with Oblivion remake, so it might just be a Virtuos issue. But
I'm not talking about bugs. I'm talking about performance issues specifically.
Yeah,
PC,
you might be right in that.
I know for sure the PC
aspect.
version ran really good for me. Like, I had high everything, and I was hitting like 90 frames.
Yeah. I honestly think that, like, just by playing like a little bit of MGS Delta and like playing a little bit of Oblivion, to me it feels like they did kind of spend a lot more time and effort in MGS Delta, to be honest. Just with like how everything looks and all that. It seems like they actually are using a lot of like the features that Unreal Engine has compared to Oblivion. Because Oblivion still, like, it looked good, but like it didn't look as good as MGS Delta, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, but I feel like they didn't need to do as much work with Oblivion because the framework was more modern than MGS3, where they had to basically remake the camera. Like, obviously they changed the entire camera style to just be over the shoulder third person shooter, but you can do the old camera style also.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, it's cool that they have that in there.
But I feel like Oblivion is more putting a coat of paint over what was already there and adding some mods to add like sprinting and all like the other stuff, better blocking, stuff like that. Like, it feels like they just modded the base game and added a coat of paint, whereas Metal Gear Solid feels like they really had to go in and remake a lot of what it is to get it to modern standards, which kind of gave them more leeway to make it more graphically attractive as well. Also, with it being Metal Gear Solid, like, I mean, I feel like both games have pretty high pedigree. But
yeah, Elder Scrolls and Metal Gear, they're pretty acclaimed.
I digress. But Tim Sweeney has some words because he got tired of y'all coming out on Twitter acting like y'all know everything, and he was like, he actually blamed the developers, not UE5, for the problems of poor performance. He believes studios build for top tier hardware first and optimize in low spec testing later. And this is a quote. He says, the main cause is the order of development, Sweeney said in a media interview after his Unreal Fest keynote in South Korea. Many studios build for top tier hardware first and leave optimization and low spec testing for the end. Ideally, optimization should begin early before full content build out. We're doing two things, strengthening engine support with more automated optimization across devices and expanding developer education so optimize early becomes standard practice. If needed, our engineers can step in. Game complexity is much higher than 10 years ago, so it's hard to solve purely at the engine level. Engine makers and game teams need to collaborate. We're also bringing Fortnite optimization learnings into Unreal Engine, so titles run better on low-spec PCs. So he's saying that y'all motherfuckers, the developers obviously, are out here.
Oh, he's talking about us, bro.
Yeah. They out here saying, all right, let's start with the PS5 Pro. Let's start with the 40, 50, 90 and work our way down. And then we gonna stop when the game can't run no more. And he's saying that if y'all started with the 1060, 20, whatever is the new minimum standard, the 3060, the 3060 Ti.
Yeah, I think that's the minimum.
And you worked your way up from there, like get the 3060 Ti looking good, and you won't have any problems with the rest of the hardware after that. And that's basically what he's saying. Like y'all, if y'all, I don't know why I'm saying y'all, like any developers actually listen to this, but
hey, you never know. You never know.
But he's saying, like, if you start with the lower spec, start with that Switch 2. Get that Switch 2 port going first.
And then, Series S.
Yeah, get that Series S and Switch 2 version going first, and you ain't gonna have no problems from there. That Metal Gear Solid gonna be running smooth as hell.
Yeah.
And I mean, I
funny.
agree. Like, it makes sense in my eyes. Obviously, I'm not a developer of any kind. I've dabbled in trying, but I can't for sure have a definitive answer. But
and it's actually hella funny because when they do show off these games at these conventions or whatever, like playable to the public or even press or outlets, they usually are on PCs that are like 4080s, like
yeah,
like
super high
like
spec.
they're on 4080s and like fucking
never forget the Redfall demo. The Redfall previews running on 4080s, looking sharp. And you're like, man, that Redfall looking good. And then that Series X version, 30 frames per second, and it actually looks like the first animated film of all time. Like,
it looks like a fucking 360 game, bruh.
Can you believe that was the first $70 game for Xbox?
Yeah, man, and I still use it in jokes.
Shout out Game Pass, I guess.
Not for that game. Not for Redfall, man.
Oh man. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I'll do it later, but not right now. But yeah, like I said, it makes sense to me, Tim Sweeney. I dog on Unreal Engine 5. I've been dogging on Unreal Engine 5 since they showed off that first demo. And I was like, that, like, you remember that first demo with the girl and the golem that she was fighting when they first showed off Unreal Engine 5, and it was only playable on the PS5. And
are you talking about that one where she was like fucking running through like the desert or whatever?
And it had the worst animation quality ever. And I was like, bro, this shit about to, like, I was like, first off, this shit running at 30 frames per second at like 1080p. Then we saw like the Matrix demo. The Matrix demo, I was almost sold. I was like, oh, hold on. Like, but then it's like that gameplay. There was really none to speak of in that. But the cutscenes, the realism, I was like, I still don't know about this Unreal Engine. Like, everything I've seen has been 30 frames from this. And once we got our first Unreal Engine 5 games, shit just started looking spook. Once Redfall came out talking about Unreal Engine.
Bro, Redfall,
oh no, it dropped down to Unreal Engine 4. Yeah, they dropped Unreal Engine 5. Now I remember.
Which is even more funny with the situation with that game, because Unreal Engine 4 actually does work pretty well on those on the current gen consoles.
But I there's outside of Hellblade 2 and
Avowed 2
is a really good one too, and actually pretty optimized, unlike Hellblade 2, which was 30.
You know why, right? It's because the Xbox has to optimize for the Series S, and that's why their Unreal Engine games are the best performing ones.
And then once we see Gears E-Day, we about to see the peak of Unreal Engine. But for the most part, like, Unreal Engine games have launched pretty badly in most cases. And I always be taking shots at Infinite Umbra because he's UE5 ride or die for whatever reason. And every time a new UE5 game would come out and it would just be botched, I would at him with the quickness. But lately, we had a little bit better results, but it seems that we're still running into issues with UE5 even today. Even with the tools, with the updates, everything. But it doesn't matter, because next generation we're gonna get UE6, and then it's gonna fix fix everything, just like UE5 fixed everything. You good? But yeah, it is what it is. Like, a lot of I do feel to an extent that it is the developers' faults, though. Like, because it's not only Unreal Engine 5 games that come out a buggy, like a not buggy, but like a mess performance-wise. So I'm not gonna fully blame UE5, but it is a lot. Like, an abnormal amount of UE5 games have issues. But
hey, bro, we might I might be on a little bit of a time crunch.
Okay. All good. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Anything you wanted to add?
No, other than Xbox's games seem to run good on UE5, and that's good. Hopefully these UE5 games start to run good. But in a sense, yeah, it is kind of on the developers. I kind of do agree in that sense, because we have examples of good UE5 games. Even like what's that game called? The Finals. Even the Finals.
Oh yeah, the Finals. First off, good. we need. I feel like we don't praise the Finals enough, because that game launched fantastic. Like, performance wise. The graphics look really good. The destruction, it wasn't buggy, and it didn't have connection issues or network issues either. Which usually a multiplayer game, you're gonna have one of those issues at launch, especially if you're not a big name studio. But the finals was really dope at launch.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next piece of news. Let's talk about Xbox and cloud gaming, because it seems that they are expanding Xbox cloud gaming to their lesser tiers of Game Pass, including standard and core. So now it's not, what is it, $17.99 or $19.99 a month for Ultimate?
For Ultimate. It's 19. It's 20.
Yeah, no longer do you need to pay $20 a month if you want to only access cloud. Now you can go to the lowest tier of core, which is $11.99, I believe. $11.99 a month, or like $75 a year, something like that. And that is great. That's amazing. It's still not the $5 a month cloud tier that should exist, but it's definitely a more viable option for cloud only players to be able to get into the Xbox cloud ecosystem without paying a brick for no reason. I guess I shouldn't say for no reason, because you do get the whole Game Pass library. But how you feeling about this news?
Yeah, it's good that they're letting the cheaper tiers play cloud. That's how it should be. It should honestly be any game that you just have that you've bought, you could play on cloud. That's how it should be. But I guess this is a okay trade-off.
Yep. And you still will be able to, even with core, you will be able to play your games that you own. So
Yeah.
some of the games that you own that are compatible with cloud, you'll still be able to load them up without it being. But obviously, any games in Game Pass Core or in Game Pass Standard, you'll also be able to play through the cloud if they're compatible as well. So it's good to see Xbox not completely abandoning cloud, and it does seem like they're working on getting that upgraded. But hopefully by the next launch of the next consoles, we'll see an xCloud that actually competes with NVIDIA GeForce, because right now that's the golden standard. Anything else you wanted to add to that?
No, other than this, I hope. Yeah, like cloud's okay now. It still uses the Series S SKU of games, but yeah, it's cool. It looks good on like a small screen for sure. Probably why a lot of people were like, oh, just make Series S into a handheld, like we were saying. But yeah, it's good. It's good.
One more thing, they did say that you'll now have access to PC titles through the cloud. So it does seem like they're expanding. At least some of the games will be PC instead of the Series S.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Interesting. That's nice.
All right. So we had some news come out of Gamescom where people got to play the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, where I believe it was Nintendo Life. They were able to get a chance to play in handheld mode, and it seemed like there was an option for 40 FPS gameplay for Final Fantasy VII, which had a lot of people excited because obviously it's a good middle ground. If you can't hit 60, 40 FPS is a really good viable option for smooth gameplay. But it seems Square Enix did come out and kind of just say like, hey, Final Fantasy VII Remake will be running at a buttery smooth 30 FPS on the Switch 2. And did not mention any other options. And I think that was kind of a rebuttal to the information going around that it was 40 FPS, or that there was a 40 FPS option.
Yeah.
So did Nintendo Life actually play 40 FPS, or did they it just felt like 40 and they kind of just, I don't know. Actually, I should see if Nintendo Life actually said anything about it, or if it actually was Nintendo Life in the first place, because I actually do not remember. Yeah, it was Nintendo Life. And they said Final Fantasy VII on Switch 2 was running at 40 FPS on performance mode. So there had to be. So was there a performance mode? That's where we're at.
Hmm.
And I don't see any tweets from them talking about Final Fantasy. So I don't think they've actually said anything about this since. But yeah. Well, I guess we'll see closer to launch in the winter, because still no release date. But the impressions of Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate running on the Switch 2 were nothing but positive. Like the resolution, a lot of people said the resolution looked really like sharp and really high quality. With it only being like the frame rate, which didn't dip. No one really complained about dips or anything, but the frame rate obviously wasn't 60. That was basically the only drawback compared to like a PS5 or Series X version of the game, which Series X version does not exist yet, but you know what I mean. But how you feeling about it being, if it's only 30 FPS, no 40 FPS version? Is it? How you feeling about that?
Yeah, that's it's not what I like to see. If I feel like if Cyberpunk can get a 40 FPS mode, then any game honestly probably could, or at least have one, even if it's not like, even if it dips down to the 30s or whatever. But I mean, hopefully it's there. Maybe it's there and they just didn't include it in the tweet and wanted to just like say like, oh, expect 30 and like maybe have like a surprise announcement like later when it actually gets did it even get a release date? It still hasn't gotten one,
winter.
right? Still no release date. Yeah, so I don't know, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna get it again. I already have it on. I literally have a PS4 and a PS5 copy of that game, so I'm okay with giving. I'm okay with that one. I'm more excited to see how Rebirth looks and runs on Switch.
Have we seen any game use DLSS on the Switch 2 yet? Was Cyberpunk using DLSS?
Yeah, Cyberpunk uses DLSS.
But that was the only
Street
one.
Fighter 6 uses DLSS.
I didn't know.
Street Fighter 6 uses DLSS. I think there's like a couple more. I think Borderlands is confirmed to use it, if I'm correct.
Okay. But
I'm pretty sure. I bet you Elden Ring does not use it. But yeah, there's only a few still.
But yeah, obviously, Sparking Zero definitely not using DLSS because that shit. But yeah, maybe we'll get updates to something like Final Fantasy VII. If it's not already using DLSS, they'll add DLSS later on, and maybe they can hit that performance mode. All right. Anything else you wanted to add on Final Fantasy?
Mm-hmm. Other than it, hopefully they announce the release date at that September Direct.
It's coming.
Yes, sir.
All right. You remember the second greatest game to ever be canceled? Spider-Man: The Great Web by Insomniac. Actually, I don't know who was developing it, but a multiplayer Spider-Verse game. It was a dream game. Only canceled game. Actually, I'll put two games above it. Only two canceled games that spoke to me more is The Last of Us Factions and Perfect Dark. But this was the dream scenario, like a Spider-Verse inspired multiplayer game teaming up with other Spider-Men and just whooping ass with the Insomniac battle system. It was perfect. It was a dream. Well, it seems you can kind of sort of get a taste of that dream because someone has got a PC mod working multiplayer for Spider-Man Remastered on PC. And from what I can see is 5 players, which is pretty dope. All different suits, like you can choose different suits between each player. They can differentiate each other and you can just team up and start whooping ass. And it's never gonna replace what they took from us, but it actually looks pretty fun. I'm gonna pull it up on screen now. So they even have like the team attacks going, and you can see like someone setting up, like someone punching someone in the air, and then another Spider-Man coming and just like kicking them. The fact that this is like, it actually looks pretty high quality for it to be a mod. Like it looks kind of official, you know?
Yeah, it kind of does.
Like you even have like the player names above their head and everything. But I was like, damn, they actually did it. Someone did it. PlayStation wouldn't do it. They took matters into their own hands, and this is what we got.
Spider-Man 1's the better game too, so
Exactly. I'm glad they didn't do it with Spider-Man 2. I mean, Miles Morales would also be a good option, but I feel like Spider-Man Remastered, you get a little bit more content, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I just thought this was cool to see, and I just wanted to mourn Spider-Man the Great Web again.
Yeah.
But shout out to the modding community, always coming through when the world needs them most.
I can't wait until they come through for MGS Delta for sure.
Also, one thing I haven't talked about when it comes to the next gen Xbox, if it's essentially a PC, mod support for console games is gonna be a thing. Like just and if it's basically using the same kind of system that the PC, like Xbox PC uses, as far like you're now able to mod Xbox PC games pretty easily, just like you would on Steam. So if the console games are using that same kind of SKU or whatever you want to call it, yeah, we're in for the most moddable console that has ever existed, and that's going to be pretty epic when it comes to games, especially when Elder Scrolls 6 launches on the Series X2, Series 2X, Series
The Xbox Surface,
the triple Xbox.
Xbox Copilot.
Oh, bro, I was using Copilot today, the gaming assist, just because like I hit the guide button and then this motherfucker just popped up. I was like, you know what? Let me see what this motherfucker talking about. So I was playing Rematch, and I had it on voice. I was like, you know, what kind of strategies can you give me for Rematch? And then he just started saying some generic bullshit like, oh yeah, make sure you rely on your teammates instead of trying to be flashy by yourself. I was like, I mean, yeah, that's good advice, but like I was expecting something more specific, you know?
Yeah.
But it exists, it's there. And then I was asking him which game is more which game would be more difficult, Hollow Knight, Silksong, or Ori and the Will of the Wisps? Or not Silksong, but the original Hollow Knight. And then it was like, yeah, definitely Hollow Knight. But
Hollow Knight's a hard game.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's all I had to say on the Spider-Man. So let's move on to our last quick topic. Did you have Atari acquiring Ubisoft on your 2025 checklist? Well, if you did, sorry, that didn't actually happen. I just made that up. But
That's funny.
if you had Atari acquiring 5 Ubisoft IP rights, then you've won the lottery, because Atari has actually acquired IP rights to Cold Fear from 2005, Child of Eden, the rhythm kind of adventure game that Ubisoft made in 2011, I Am Alive from 2012, Grow Home, and the sequel Grow Up. And Atari will be re-releasing these titles under their publishing label and explore opportunities to expand their reach through updated formats, new content, and extended distribution channels. So all of these kind of lost IP from Ubisoft that they're clearly not going back to. Although I Am Alive, like, if they remade it and really nailed it, that could have been a really good one. I honestly don't even know what Cold Fear is, but I know the other 4 games. I've never heard of Cold Fear. But we've been talking about Atari making moves, and
Yep, they keep on making them.
they keep making moves. Like Grow Home and Grow Up, I love those games. Those were really cool back in the day. They were you can tell that they were just some experimental titles that Ubisoft was just trying out some different gameplay elements back when they could afford to just experiment and make just cool shit, because Assassin's Creed was making them $1 billion every year. But yeah, Child of Eden, I Am Alive, Grow Home and Grow Up. Maybe I Am Alive not as much as the other 3, but those 3 are really good games. Now, when I saw Child of, I was like, Child of Light? Someone's actually gonna do something with it? And then I realized that it was not Child of Light. And I was kind of sad, because Ubisoft is never gonna do anything with that. But what do we think? What do you think about Atari, bro? What do they got going on? What's going on here?
They're cooking, bro. That's what's going on, man. That's they're making smart moves. I'm even looking at this Cold Fear game. It looks kind of like little Resident Evil-ish, you know? Kind of has that like little horror element in there. They're making some cool moves. They're doing it, and they also have Night Dive, so it makes sense. Night Dive also is all the teams doing the remasters and all that.
Yep. Shout out to MVG. Oh, I always wait, MVG. Yeah, MVG. Modern Vintage Gamer. I always get MBG and MVG mixed up, but MVG is one of the devs at Night Dive Studios, and also Spawncast. I can't remember what podcast he's on, actually.
Actually, didn't know that.
Oh yeah, MVG is a part of Night Dive Studios.
That's cool.
But yeah, I actually have some Cold Fear gameplay up on the screen. And okay, I see the Resident Evil vibes for sure. Got a little fake Leon S. Kennedy mixed with a little Chris Redfield. You can definitely see the post Resident Evil 4 kind of elements here. They like, oh, I see what y'all doing over there. Let's see if we can make something like that. Actually, let me put up I Am Alive because I vaguely remember that game, but I remember thinking it was cool before the game actually came out, and I don't think it really did that well once it did. But I feel like Cold Fear, I Am Alive, if you got the right studio behind it, those two could be pretty pretty decent revivals. Having a third
Think so,
game
yeah.
in the grow up slash grow home franchise, especially with like Image and Form being under your belt, I feel like they could do something with that, or at least find an indie studio to do something with that. And then same thing with Child of Eden. So yeah, I think Atari got something up their sleeves.
They got a lot, man. They're cooking. This is how I like. This is how I would like acquisitions to be, like not just like, oh, we're just buying everything, blah blah. Oh, we want this IP from you guys or something like that. You know, like I feel like that's healthy acquisitions, but I don't know.
I can see Atari just going up to some of these big publishers and like, you got any spare IPs that you're not gonna do anything with? We got a couple million for you if you want to spare anything.
Yeah.
You know, Sega will be like, actually Sega's pretty much reviving everything also, so I guess not Sega.
Imagine if Sega sold Atari Sonic and then they made a fucking like the best Sonic game of all time. That'd be crazy.
I mean, if
It was
Fabraz is making it, then yeah, that's gonna be the best Sonic game.
That's hella funny.
Nah, they need to go up to Xbox, get Banjo and Conquer.
Oh yeah.
And then look, if Fabraz is making a Banjo game, just know it's gonna be hot.
Bruh, people are calling that game movement slot, bruh. And it pisses me off, dude.
I think that was a joke.
Because it literally...
I saw one person say it was like, oh, it was just movement slop. And then he was like, I wasn't expecting this to blow up. It was just a joke.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that, but that's funny.
But yeah, there's been nothing but praise for Bubsy 4D at Gamescom. So that's good to see.
Hell yeah.
In Fabras, we trust.
In Fabras, we trust.
All right. Let's get into some of the bigger topics then. Let's talk about Subeg. Because even though, he not going to take the flowers, but I'm gonna give him his flowers because he dropped some exclusive info to me. He didn't post it. He didn't make it public, but he posted it in the Discord, and it's still there, time stamped and everything. So he was like, "Hey man, big Forza showing up to not Gamescom, to TGS," and
what was that? That first message was on like 18th or something like that.
Yeah, I know it was pretty like early on last week.
Let me see. Let me look for it. All right, so my first message, the big racing game announced at TG, on the 18th. Yup.
And then Windows Central, like 3, 4, and 5 days after, was like, hey, Forza Horizon. First we got the leak of the cars being scanned, the K cars being scanned, basically confirming that it's going to be a Japanese Forza Horizon coming soon. But then Windows Central, Jez came out and was like, hey, guess what, guys? Forza Horizon going to be at TGS this year. And I was like, oh, where have I heard that before? So, hey man, don't be sleeping on my man Subeg. He got some sources, bro. Don't try to play with him. He trying to be modest and shit.
That's
but
funny.
we know who the source
Bro, I'll
But
say this. The spirit world talks to me, bro. That's all I'll say.
so we had the info early. We wanted to we didn't want to go out there first, but just know we was outside. But
Oh, I
the
mean, I
rumor,
mentioned it on the pod last week.
oh,
Even
did you?
I think that was before. Yeah,
I didn't know
remember
if you.
I said it.
Yeah, I didn't know if
I
you
said it
mentioned
like
it or not.
real. Yeah, I said it quickly. I was like, Forza Horizon 6 gonna be announced. I mentioned it. I guess I kind of leaked it on the pod. I'm sure we can, or I can look back and find the clip. But yeah, man, it's exciting, dude. It's gonna be huge, man.
Well,
Hopefully Nintendo gives them the dev kits for the Switch too, so they can have that up and running.
yeah. So the
Um,
rumor is Forza Horizon 6 with the Japan setting will be showing up at TGS, and that'll be the first announcement, and it'll be early 2026, maybe mid 2026 release for that game. And one, that is going to be huge for Xbox at TGS. But second, this is the Forza Horizon specifically that everyone has been waiting for. We've been saying, go to Japan, give us that Forza Horizon experience set in Japan, and it'll be the most epic Forza game ever made. And it's finally happening. Although I wish they would have waited until next gen, honestly, just because I want to see it at the peak of hardware, like what it's
well,
gonna.
technically, hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. This one should be the first one that is made for Series X and S first.
Yeah.
Because Horizon 5 was also Xbox One, so.
But Forza Motorsport also kind of didn't look as good as we would have hoped. And they've been doing a lot of work with it, but it definitely disappointed visually, even with it being 4K, 60 FPS, like they promised. But we'll see if Playground can turn that new Forza Tech engine around and flip it into something that looked as gorgeous as Forza Horizon 5 did. Bro, I'll never forget when Forza Horizon 5 was revealed and they were just showing off like some brush on the ground, and they were like showing off the environment, and everyone was like, oh, okay, I guess they just taking some video of Mexico, like, and they gonna show it in game next. And it turns out that shit was actually in game. Like, that shit was crazy. Forza Horizon 5 definitely was the game. Because remember when the Series X came out, it was like, oh, you got the most powerful console in the world and no games to show off that power. But we look what we got. We got Ratchet and Clank. Look at the power of the SSD. And we got Demon Souls. And then like, but when Forza Horizon showed up on that screen, nobody could talk about power anymore. Sorry. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. Like, I loved Forza Horizon 5. I love Forza Motorsport, even though I haven't really been the Forza Motorsport guy, but when I tried the newest Forza Motorsport, I really got into it. And there, like, it wasn't always impressive visually, but there was definitely certain scenes and certain environments where that game looked amazing. It was definitely an on and off type of visual. Like some when you're just in a sunny day, it kind of look ass, but on a rainy day or on a sunset, like, the game looked beautiful as hell. But how you feeling about Forza Horizon 6 Japan TGS? Is going down in September.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we're not all led astray and it actually does happen. But yeah, it's exciting. It's good. That's how they should do it. They should announce the games in the place that they're set in. You know, get the people excited.
It gets the people going.
Exactly.
All right. Here's how the announcement's gonna go, right? So they gonna pull up. Obviously, they're gonna be showing off the footage, all cinematic and shit. They're gonna be switching between the cars, showing off the environments, the locations and shit. And then you're gonna be seeing it. You're like, damn, hold on. Like, it look good, but it don't look like it don't look that like it don't look crazy. And then they're like, so this is Forza Horizon 6, but you know, this isn't Forza Horizon 6 running on a PC or Xbox Series X. This is actually Forza Horizon 6 running on the Switch 2, because obviously the Japanese audience, they care more about the Switch 2 than Xbox itself. Like, yeah, this was all running on the Switch 2, and I was like, yo, it's running like this on the Switch 2? Oh my god. Like, but here's what it looks like on the Series X, and yeah, that's my dream scenario right there. I feel like there should be more announcements that do stuff like that, where they show it on the lowest spec, and then you're like, hold on, and then they're like, haha, like this is what the game, like, it looks good, doesn't it? But this is what it looks like on the lowest spec on the Switch 2. Now let me show you what it looks like on the Series X or whatever the fuck. All right, but anything else for as far as Forza goes? It actually, for me, I'm kind of hoping that this is like an evolution of the Forza Horizon formula, or actually a revolution, not an evolution, because that's all we've been getting is just evolutions of the same formula ever since Forza Horizon 2, where it just feels like you're playing the same game just at a different location. Like, oh, they added seasons, but it's still Forza Horizon at the end of the day. I'm hoping that this is where they really change it up a lot. But do you think we're just gonna get Forza Horizon 5 Japan basically, or do you think it's time, like they've put in enough time? Because I think this is also the longest they've gone without a Forza Horizon.
No, it is. It's been a while.
It came out 2021. So
yeah, 2021. Yeah.
2026, that'd be around 5 years, a little less.
And then this also kind of because I think it's coming out in the first half of next year. Funny enough, I actually think this one's gonna be the one that's gonna launch close to GTA 6. That's what I'm gonna predict. I think Xbox is gonna be like, oh, we think we can compete.
I mean, it can, but
and I'm sure it will, because it's Forza Horizon and it's huge. But it's funny because GTA, I bet you, like, there's gonna be a huge like car thing in GTA too, because racing is always a part of that, part of GTA. So
you have to remember, online is probably not launching with the game.
That is true.
So really, as long as Forza Horizon comes out before May 26th, they're safe, or they're gonna be good for a while. And then the online like portion will come 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month later. So they'll have a time to really build their community and everything, and really like get everyone excited before GTA Online drops, and then people kind of gravitate towards. I hope that they really do lean into like cars in GTA 6, because
Yeah.
They could make GTA a viable like a racing simulation. Honestly, they could do it because it's Rockstar. They could basically do anything. Like they made Midnight Club. Honestly, they have racing developer talent there. So I hope they really expand on how the cars feel. But we will see come November or late September, I believe is the time that TGS happens. I don't remember what the date is, but Forza Horizon
Hey.
6 is looking to be imminent.
Yep.
All right, let's move on. Let's go to another Xbox franchise because it seems that it's time for a certain new IP that launched during the Series X generation to have its comeback moment, and that is Starfield, my favorite Xbox game of the generation. And
Mine's still hi-fi.
Hi-Fi is definitely right behind it, but Starfield was an experience for sure.
Hell yeah.
And it seems that they may be hinting at some things that a lot of people had complaints about. So Tim Lamb of Bethesda Game Studios said, for Starfield, we have cool stuff coming, including free updates, features players have been asking for, as well as a new DLC story. Part of the team has been focused on space gameplay. We are also going to add new game systems and more. So a lot of people have been alluding, like think that he's alluding the fact that he had to say that part of the team is focusing like specifically on space gameplay, and also saying that adding features players have been asking for. What is the main complaint that there's two main complaints, but there's a big one related to space that a lot of people had issue with even before the game launched.
Mm-hmm.
You remember what it was?
The the cutscene transition from like landing from space
Yes.
or exiting to space.
Yes. So the cutscene going into space and the cutscene like landed on the planet, you didn't have that seamless transition like you see with No Man's Sky or Starlink or Star Wars Outlaws, where I mean, at the end of the day, it's a cutscene. It's still a cutscene. I think No Man's Sky is a little more free, but like Star Wars Outlaws and Starlink, you're kind of it's a cutscene. It's just
Yeah, it's a trick.
Yeah, they make you, it tricks you into thinking you're playing, but you're really not. Like you're just loading up the cutscene by holding whatever the boost button into space is. So like all Starfield did was just not hide that you're just doing a cutscene. But it seems that they might be fixing that, at least from if you can kind of put two and two together from what he said. Now, obviously, nothing's set in stone. We could all be disappointed, and it's like, I honestly don't know what other space gameplay that people had issues with.
I think something that people were asking for was like, better like exploration stuff.
Oh yeah, also
like
being
making
able to just fly
exploration.
from planet to planet.
Yeah, that too.
Which you could, but once you get to the planet, after you fly from one planet to the other for like 6 hours, the planet is just a ball in the background and not actually some, like you can't land on that planet once you get there. And I think that was the other main issue, is that even though you could technically fly there after a few hours, there was no point, because you were just kind of, the planet that you were flying to was just a background kind of image thing. So if they can fix those two things, that might help a lot with Starfield's image. Be like the transition into planets and then being able to fly to the planets. Now, I hope that they make a gameplay story, or like a story kind of caveat, or some kind of retcon. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Some kind of retcon that makes it so that, hey, there's this starborn kind of tech that now you can fly to these planets in 5 minutes instead of 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like they retcon some kind of, you have to get a special ship or something, where now you have this super fast ship that can go from planet to planet without needing to do the warp jump, or I forgot what they call it in Starfield. But hopefully, if you are flying other planets, it's still not taking you 6 hours to get there. And then I feel like the easier one would be just like the transitions from planet to space, but I know Bethesda's persistent world is what made it difficult to do that compared to an Outlaws or Starlink or No Man's Sky, where it is open, but it's also very stagnant comparatively. Like the world isn't really moving as much. Objects are not being taken from one place to another and still being persistent after you leave. Like,
Yeah.
you know. But if this was the case, are you hopping back into Starfield? And obviously, this big update will coincide with a PS5 version, possibly Switch 2, maybe. We'll see. But
We'll see.
Would,
But
would,
yeah, I mean,
would
yeah,
this get you back?
I'm excited to see how it runs and stuff on the PlayStation for sure, and Switch if it comes there. But yeah, I'm every time I like get into Starfield, it's always like, oh, now it's like the next thing that I should wait for it. So it's like, maybe I should still just wait, like and then like when it's all like finally complete and like fixed and all that, then I could finally like put my head down and dive into it. But yeah, man, I'm rooting for it. It's still such a cool idea, you know, like the scope of the game is so big, like the fact that it even came out, you know, is kind of crazy, you know. But yeah, I'm rooting for it. I'm always gonna be rooting for that game.
Yeah. And then I feel like the only other thing that they would need to fix is just exploration on foot and having meaningful content to explore all these planets, which I don't know how they fix that, unless Xbox just says you just got to go full AI, because honestly, how else are you going to fill 1,000 planets with real meaningful content, like new missions, like random events that actually have meaning, like rare, like unique weapons and unique quests? You can't fill 1,000 planets with that. You can fill 5 planets maybe, but that's the only issue, is they're shooting for the stars, but there's only so much that you can like really expand upon. And I thought that the modding community would be where the empty planets shine. Although I haven't really checked mods in so long, so I don't know what it's actually like as far as that goes. But I thought modders would just like pick a spot on a planet and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna build quests here and build up a base and worlds, and then you just get a bunch of mods that just populate all of these different planets, and that kind of starts to build like a whole new world. Aladdin, Jasmine.
That's funny. Yeah, I've heard the modding scene is pretty, like, it's kind of like a wasteland. It doesn't seem like a lot of people, like a lot of the modders that were on Starfield, they all just went back to the other Bethesda games. But hey bro, I know this is gonna suck, but 5 o'clock might be my cutoff time, my guy.
All right.
It's my mom.
Yeah, you're good. So, all right, let's see. What do we'll have one topic then. So, let's just kind of
let's do the big one.
Let's well, the last one is kind of just the Nintendo Switch and like Nintendo Switch 2 in general. We can just combine all of these.
Sure.
So first things first, Nintendo Direct rumors. Nate the Hate, or actually, Nintendo Direct rumors. It's been from multiple sources that we are gonna see that September Direct, which is pretty easy to guess because Nintendo has never missed a September Direct in years. But it's looking pretty likely that we're gonna get that. And just real quick, what do you think we're gonna see as far as Nintendo first party? Because we've been seeing a lot of Nintendo games that we already knew about and third party, but not first party. What are you looking forward to here?
Yeah, I definitely think finally this should be the place where they give the release dates for their big games, like what's it called, like Metroid, or maybe it'll be like,
I think Metroid might have a direct before that.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it'll just have Metroid will just have a direct on its own, and like maybe they'll just mention it.
Yeah.
In this one, but of course, what's it called, the Hyrule Warriors game, that game needs to still get dated, shown off, and stuff. I don't know. Maybe.
But that one just had a showing at the last showcase, at the last direct.
Yeah, I know it was a small little trailer for sure, but I don't know, man. Hopefully they show us some new stuff though. Like I want to see some 2026 games.
That's what the September Direct is for, is to get you excited for next year.
Oh yeah.
So
shoot.
It's gonna be something new. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, Mario?
It might be. I don't think we're seeing. I really don't think we're seeing Mario or Zelda until like late next year. I don't think we get any announcements for a new Mario or a new Zelda anytime until maybe the June-July Direct next year.
Yeah.
But Animal Crossing has been rumored for a while. And having a new big Animal Crossing game that expands on what people loved from the last one and just actually goes all out this time, that could be huge. It's so hard to guess. Oh, we're gonna get Splatoon Raiders gameplay for sure.
Ooh, yeah, Splatoon, because that could still come out this year too as well.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's cool. I'm excited, dude. It's August was pretty crazy, bro. September's gonna be just as crazy. I think there's also gonna be a state of play in September as well.
For sure. I think they've started to get a little bit more comfortable going to TGS because it seemed like for a while they were the only ones not showing up for TGS.
Yeah.
But any just like, you just want this to happen, like any game that you're just like, man, if this is announced, it's automatically a great show.
Oh You're not gonna like this answer, but a Super Mario Galaxy 2 remake or remaster. Ooh. But what else? Maybe if they can I don't know if they'll do this at a direct, but like put the OG, maybe Gen 1, 2, and 3 on NSO. I would, even if they did something as small as that, I'd be like, peak. Like, thank you. But yeah, man. I think they'll have something big there. Maybe they'll show off Animal Crossing, right? Or maybe
me,
they'll maybe for you.
For me, Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem
gotta be
Xenoblade.
there. I was gonna say, and Xenoblade Switch 2 editions, just all of them. Oh, did you see Xenoblade 2? Monolith Soft showed off some gameplay or with their like they were showing off hiring, like it was for a hiring ad, and they showed off Xenoblade 2 with way crisper visuals and way better frame rate. And everyone was like, hold on. Why y'all showing this like this? What y'all got cooking? So maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe we got something coming.
Maybe.
But yeah, I want to see Fire Emblem. I need Fire Emblem. I want Genealogy of the Holy War remake to be real. But honestly, a new one wouldn't hurt either. But I just want something Fire Emblem. So that's what I'm looking forward to. As far as other news, Nate the Hate did come out and kind of confirm that there is a shortage of Switch 2 dev kits, even for large studios. And Nintendo seems to have prioritized their large Japanese partners, i.e. Square Enix, Capcom, Koei Tecmo, Sega, and Namco, but others weren't as lucky. Now, honestly, Nintendo, you should have not given any fucking dev kits to Namco except for the team helping Sakurai, because Namco has done nothing but besmirch your good name ever since they stepped onto the scene with their trash ass Sparking Zero port and their trash ass Elden Ring port, their trash ass Tales of Xillia remastered that's running worse than the PS3 version on the Nintendo Switch. What does Bandai Namco do? How do they keep fucking this shit up? So Bandai, count your days, but it does kind of give credence to something that we've been kind of seeing a lot. So I don't know what the issue is, but Nintendo, y'all need to get on that. And lastly, let's talk about some sales, because the Nintendo Switch 2 is doing very well in the US. Nintendo Switch 2 sales have surpassed 2 million units here in the United States. According to Circana, the system is selling 75% faster than the Nintendo Switch 1 at the same amount of time. But we do know that the Switch 1 did have like shortages of stock back then, way more shortage compared to the Switch 2 this year. But even still, it's a pretty good thing to see. But we do have some hardware decline from the other two, where in the US, PS5 sales dropped 47% year on year, and that's before the price increase. So there are over 80.3 million PS5s shipped worldwide, but it's looking like that incline that they've been having is finally starting to decline, and it seems like with the price increase, it might decline even more. And lastly, and not surprising at all, Xbox have dropped again, but this time nearly 70% year on year here in the US. The system already was not selling well, but a huge price increase tanked things even further. And the crazy part is, the Nintendo Switch 2 still alone was able to make console sales rise 12% over last year
That's funny.
And it is also the best-selling console of the year, with only 2 months of sales.
God damn.
So the Switch
Nintendo got movement.
Switch is doing very, very well for itself.
Yep, I even seen all the did I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but all the Legends of bundles are gone.
Yep,
Like I looked.
did. But the last topic, since we literally just blazed through those, was Hollow Knight
My bad.
Silksong. Releasing September 4th. The game will have over 200 enemies and over 40 bosses. Crazy amount of content, and it's a goaty pody.
Goaty pody. That
Go
what's
game
it
of the
called?
year
Development.
potential.
The development heaven.
Now I wanted to ask you,
Yes.
is this the year that we're gonna see 2 indies on the stage for game of the year on the podium? Mina the Hollower and Hollow Knight Silksong. Are they gonna make it?
Ooh, 2 indies. Oh, that'd be crazy.
There's also Hades 2 coming out this year.
Man,
So if
Hades,
Hades 2,
yeah.
what, bro? Imagine all of these games that we've been talking about for so long just get snubbed by Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Mina the Hollower, and it's like half indie, half AAA.
That'd be crazy, bro. That'd be a huge deal because indies low-key have been paving the way. So,
bro, Hollow Knight Silksong is more anticipated than any game besides GTA 6.
mm-hmm. Remember, we were even joking, making the joke. It's like the only game that could compete with GTA 6 is Hollow Knight.
It could drop the same day and still drop 15 million.
Exactly.
It can drop 15 million.
It'll still have hella concurrence.
Bro, Hollow Knight is out here beating concurrence like the original because of the announcement of Hollow Knight Silksong being so soon. People were just like, "Oh shit, I need to go finish up Hollow Knight right now." So yeah, this game is powerful. I don't know how it happened. Because it felt like Silksong did not have this hype when it first got announced during the Nintendo Direct back then.
Yeah.
But it just seems like the meme just grew and people just started to believe the meme, even if they hadn't played the original. Or maybe they went back and played the original because of the meme of Silksong, and then they were like, oh, now I know. And the hype, because Hollow Knight went from like 3 million to like 15 million after Silksong was announced. It was something crazy like that. Like it jumped exponentially after Silksong was announced. So I think the hype just kind of spread to other people, and then people actually got to experience the original, and then it just kept growing from there because more believers. But I think Silksong has a high chance of making it into the goatee pody.
Oh yeah.
But
I think it's gonna be one of the highest scored games of the year. Like it might even be the Shinjuku game or whatever.
I think it's 93 up.
Yeah, for sure. 92 to 95 is my guess.
But yeah, it's way sooner than anyone anticipated. Once we got that,
practically a shadow drop.
It's literally
honestly.
a week. It's almost like it is a week out on Friday. A week from today on Friday.
Yep.
So yeah, it's
and
crazy.
It's gonna be on Game Pass, bro.
Game Pass. Even I really want to. I'm like, I want it on my Switch too, but
I know, bro.
It's on
I
Game
think I
Pass,
might end
so
up buying it.
I gotta play it on PC because
120 on Switch too, bro.
I know, bro.
Just like Mina.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about, bro. It's about to be huge.
Yeah,
and the fact that they just kind of they were like, Jeff, you're not worthy of announcing the release date for this game. We're gonna just do a 2-minute trailer on YouTube that broke that I don't know if it broke records, but it definitely was doing crazy numbers on YouTube that day for a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
Like people were waiting out an hour beforehand just to watch a 2-minute. I was thinking they were gonna do like a full direct. No, they dropped a 2-minute trailer, and that was it.
Bro, they were actually like low-key disrespectful to the Gamescom people too, because they gave them the same demo that was like playable in 2019 or whatever.
Exactly, they were like, y'all.
I was like,
but then we got the Jason Schreier report, and he was basically just like, yeah, there was no development hell. They didn't have any issues with development. They were just taking their time making the game and adding everything that they wanted. And every time they wanted to add something, that would just add more time to development. But Hollow Knight was just so successful that they had the resources to do it.
had the resources, time, all that.
And them just being a very small team, it's not like they were really like, they weren't just funneling money like these AAA devs do every month. Is just like $1 million down the drain that you spend.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, there was no development hell. They were just taking their sweet time making a masterpiece, as it should
Development heaven, bro. Development heaven.
And they were just like, yeah, this was such an enjoyable experience. We just didn't want it to end. We just wanted to keep on adding shit. That's the opposite of development hell.
Mm-hmm.
But any final words for Silksong before we wrap up the show?
Yeah, man, I'm actually really excited for it. I might end up doing the thing that I hate doing the most, which is play games out of order. I really, because my main Hollow Knight save is on the Switch.
Yep.
And I have like almost like 10 to 15 hours into it or something.
I have like 50, but I just haven't finished. I got lost, and then I keep going back, and I'm not any less lost every time I go back. So.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, man, I kind of wish they were just like, we updated it for Switch as well. That would have been nice, but I might just end up biting the bullet and just playing it on the Switch, just playing it in handheld. Usually I can tolerate 720p on handheld, that's fine, but on the big screen it's just not that good. But yeah, man, I'm excited for it. I might end up just playing it on Game Pass, or might cop it on Switch too if it's reasonably priced, which it should be. Shouldn't be more than like $30. Yeah. I'm sure it'll have enough content. It does to warrant the price. But yeah, man, it's exciting. It's cool. It's a goatee.
For sure. This is the Elden Ring of Metroidvanias. That's what I'm calling it. But that's all I got as well. That is it. That is all we have for you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in, and all the people leaving comments in the chat. We do appreciate the support. Make sure you guys hit that like, because we love you guys and helps us grow this channel. If you're not subscribed, you enjoyed the show, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated for when Dual-Wield premieres. Subeg, appreciate you for pulling up. Where can we find you? What you got going on real quick?
Yeah. Lognet. Definitely check out Lognet. Check out the reviews. Check out everything. Check out all the articles. And then I don't know when I'm gonna stream, but still check me out there. I should be doing some clips and stuff because I have some cool moments that I wanted to clip from my prior streams. But yeah, man. Twitter, same thing. Subeg Dollywall. Twitch is Subagels. Lognet, of course, lordsofgaming.net. I think even if you type in .com, it takes you to .net anyways. But yeah, that's really it. Thank you for accommodating me for today. I appreciate it.
No problem. As for myself, Don Otaku, you can find me on Twitter at PastaFeed, F3ET, twitch.tv/Don Solo, and of course right here on YouTube, where not only are we doing Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast every Thursday, Project Entitled Gaming Podcast every Saturday live. lordsofgaming.net got a shit ton of reviews coming out within the next week, so check me out there and join the Discord, the official Project Entitled Dual-Wield Discord. It's in the description. So yeah, join in, have some fun discussions. But with that, any final words for the people to get them through the week?
Yeah, man, play some games, support some games, buy them, play them, talk about them, put your friends on, you know. Go Lost Souls, hoping for big scores.
We hoping for small scores. Actually, we hoping the scores get lost just like the Souls. No reviews. No one reviews the game. They're too busy reviewing what other game is coming out.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, they're too busy reviewing Kirby instead.
Kirby. Ooh.
Although Kirby did drop down from the 90, I think it was like an 81 the last time I checked.
I think the Kirby Forgotten Land, right?
Yeah, the
85
expansion.
It's at 85 right now.
Okay, so it went back up because it was 90 with like a few
reviews.
reviews.
Who can we blame is IGN, bro. That's who we can blame. But
then it went down to 80, and now it's up to 85. So I think that's pretty good for. It seems like a lot of people who enjoyed the first game enjoyed the expansion, and that's all I care about. And the expansion is $20, which also they locked the visual upgrades behind that expansion, which is not good, but you know, I'll buy the expansion. So I'm excited to jump back into that world. I'm also surprised Story of Seasons is as high as it is. It has an 83 on Open Critic. I was not expecting it to get such a high score. Actually, it scored way under.
That's funny.
But it is what it is, though. With that, let's get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your week, weekend, month, year, life, all that. Bye-bye.
Peace.